Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Ashton, no chance, Caniglia. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Allen, the Kansas City bad boy, Olivas. Oh, baby, let's go.
Just a reminder to the fans at home, these are 5-minute rounds in the professional ranks. Both gentlemen storming the center of the cage as we get underway here.
Ashton not having any success with that low kick. Good job measuring the distance by Allen as he throws an overhand that lands as Ashton goes for the low kick. Allen in on a signal leg, runs the pipe, finds himself here in side control.
Yeah, effortless finish there from Allen Olivas. Doing a good job stepping back into half guard and really riding that leg there. Back into the butterfly.
And this is what we've seen Allen do time and time again here in the FAC cage. Get the takedown. Start really being mean from this top guard position, saw in the face, covering the mouth, and landing these short shots, which later turn into big shots when the opening presents itself.
Yeah, there's no secret. There's no secret to the game plan. Allen Olivas is going to put your back up against the cage and then put your back on the canvas as fast as possible and then make it as miserable as he can for the rest of the fight.
In his fight against Aaron Reese, he did something that's so demoralizing, and it's just taking someone down over and over again. Here we see Ashton be able to scramble up.
Big knee to the body, follows it up with another shot attempt. Good way to pull Allen Olivas up and off his hips there.
Way to reshoot for Allen off the scramble, but good defense by Ashton to kind of pick him up and come back to a neutral position in that 50-50 and then break off. Beautiful entry. Double jab to an overhand. That forces Ashton to pick his hands up to defend the overhand, which leaves his legs free for the takedown, and we see Allen secure the takedown here.
A perfect execution of creating a dilemma for your opponent to solve in the moment. A lot of times you see guys, earlier on in their pro careers, even at the amateur careers, really only forcing their opponents to deal with one problem at a time. A perfect example right there, making your opponent stop 2 attacks at once.
And wait for Allen to keep on him, just to keep wrestling. Ashton tries to use the fence to work up. He pulls out his post, gets him back down on his butt. We see Allen tripoding here to avoid any type of guillotine. And on a single leg, pushes him to the fence.
Yeah, once Caniglia locked up that cylinder around Olivas' body.
Beautiful job of picking the ankle to secure the takedown.
Back into the front headlock again, heavy hips, big knee, I'd expect it again.
Big knee on the exit as Allen brings his head back. Don't think it landed, but presented the threat of, hey, if you're gonna back out like that, I'm gonna meet you with the knee.
Big head kick glances off the guard of Allen Olivas.
Ashton going back to the low kick that he was able to land earlier in the round. He's landed it twice now. I think he's finally starting to find his range with it.
Straight down the pipes. Come on.
Well, just the commitment of throwing kicks below the waist against such a heavy wrestler like Allen Olivas, it just shows the confidence that Ashton Caniglia has in his own wrestling and takedown defense.
Big knee punch to big overhand lands from Allen.
Caniglia is not all there.
Caught Caniglia coming in. Anytime you put your shoulders in front of your hips, you're off balance. Double leg, locks his hands, and big dump by Allen Olivas as he finds himself here in top half. And every time we've seen Ashton get taken down, he doesn't stop moving. He continues to scramble like he's trying to do now. He's going to try to use his front headlock to scramble. Looks like he's going for guillotine, but uses that wizard to come back to neutral.
Stand.
Back up again for a brief moment. Ashton Caniglia has not stopped moving, like you said. Here in the corner of Allen Olivas, screaming for him to improve his head position. But anytime you have someone up against the cage like this, you gotta have the head position inside the chin or in the temple.
Ashton recognizing when he's in the clinch range and being pushed up against the fence.
Ooh, almost an illegal shot there as we close off the round.
Wow.
Olivas throwing a kick off the reshot.
Wow, very, very high-paced first round. Here in the replay, we see Ashton go for that low kick that he missed on a couple times at the start of the round. Allen's able to catch him with an overhand, come in on an inside head single, dump him down. But Ashton was able to scramble his way back up every time out. Another beautiful setup, double jab to an overhand, get the hands up, like I mentioned, get in on the takedown. And here we see Allen in on a single, immediately crosses the sides to get him off the fence. Back in on a double, I believe this is the big dump. That does not feel good, guys. You're carrying the weight of your opponent as you come down onto you. So there's a lot of force that comes onto that. I've seen people break their ribs, their sternums even. Not a good way to get taken down.
Especially after eating a big shot and knocks you off your feet.
Exactly.
Ashton Caniglia, arms over his head, huffing for air.
Good feints from Allen there.
Caniglia looking a little frantic as we start the round here. There's that kick punch again.
And that right hook, you can either throw it straight or as a hook after the punch, after the kick, depending on where your opponent's guard is. So if your opponent's guarding the side of his head, obviously you throw it down the pipe to split the guard. If your opponent is guarding the front of his head, you throw a hook to loop around the guard. And that, again, that's becoming more and more common now in this sport, even at the highest level.
Big overhand into the
Allen
double
is
leg
so
attempt
good
again.
at this. And good sprawl to put weight on the neck of Allen to make it hard to get a big dump, but still secures the dump. This is Allen's game. Khabib-esque in the sense that he's taking you down, he's beating you up, you get back up, okay, cool, I'm gonna take you back down. Beat you up, take you back down, and it just rinse and repeat. And he can do this all day, as we saw in his fight against Aaron Reese. A very, very big 35er was doing this game to him for 3 rounds.
Yeah, the hip strength it takes to just peel someone off the cage like that and lift them, especially as your second attack in the chain. Big body shots from Alan Olivas. Caniglia resorting to just kicking the back in the closed guard here.
I'm not a fan of striking from bottom unless it's to the attempt to create space. It's to move your opponent's face away. But if your attempt is to hurt him, the guy on top of you has the posture, and physics-wise, he can land the harder shot most of the time. So I'm not a big fan of striking from bottom unless it's elbows or something to move the face away of your opponent to then scramble.
Right, something to just create an opening.
Right.
Not holding the posture and throwing pot shots. Because at the end of the day, you're not scoring whatsoever with the judges.
And I don't want to trade with someone that's throwing punches at me back that's on top of me. They're usually going to win that exchange as far as power.
Well, and the ability to move their head.
Exactly.
Just a wet blanket. Alan Olivas covering Ashton Caniglia.
Get up, 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 up. Hey, we're up, 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 up.
Caniglia just, at this point, has to commit to the stand-up. Even if you risk giving up your back, you have to do something here. Did a good job finally working back to his feet here, but has yet to work to dig that underhook on his left side. Now he's working the knees, turning Allen, and Allen elects to cut himself.
I don't think Allen liked what he saw there from those knees to the body. It was good head positioning by Allen, but didn't address the knees and ate 2 of those before he let go.
Nice right hand sneaks in there for Ashton Caniglia, but eats 3 more in return.
And we're seeing a part of Allen's game that we haven't really seen before. He's jabbing, he's feinting, he's moving his head. Good, clean striking. And it's not very often that Allen gets to use his jab because he's 5'5", but when you're fighting someone the same height as you, it's a weapon you can now use as he secures another double leg takedown. Ashton attempting a butterfly here. It's tough when you have someone's grip around your hips that kind of neutralizes that butterfly there.
Yeah, especially when their elbows are controlling your entire hip line. You know, once that gets locked and wedged into place, it's so hard to create any form of leverage. You're gonna see a lot of guys create a really loose cylinder. And there, Alan Olivas with the big belly to back suplex. Somewhere Kurt Angle is smiling.
And now Ashton weary of the suplex attempt, so he puts his weight down, and that's what you want to do. If your opponent is putting his weight down to avoid the suplex, you want to take him down. If he moves it up, that's what you want to do. Good Kimura to sweep, or attempt to sweep, or to come back to a neutral position as Alan's back in on a single leg.
Alan cutting the corner here. Slowing down a bit, stuck underneath. Only 30 seconds left here in round number 2.
Ashton never stopping though. Never stopping the scramble. Keeps trying.
No, and that, you know, that's the resiliency of Ashton Caniglia. You know, 23 fights as an amateur, closing in on 20 here as 10 as a pro. I mean, the guy just doesn't stop.
Yeah, I remember being an amateur and fighting up in Iowa, Nebraska, and Ashton being in the same scene. I think we were different weight classes, but he's been around for a long, long time. Alan a little slow to get up there at the end of the round. This is a very high pace. It's very difficult to take someone down over and over again. But on the other side, on the flip side, it's also hard to get taken down and have to scramble back up as you get punched in the face. So I believe this third round will come down to a battle of attrition and who's got the better cardio.
And as we go to the Major Pack replay, not just taking him down, picking up and slamming him over and over.
Yeah, with emphasis. And here we see nasty ground and pound shots. And these are short shots, so maybe nasty shouldn't be the right adjective for it. But these suck. These are not fun. You're getting someone that's putting their knuckles on your nose, on your eye, on your forehead, on your chin. And even though they're short shots, they don't feel good, and they force you to move. But when you move, you're also leaving your legs open. That's how Alan's able to secure these takedowns time and time again.
Round number 3 underway. 5 minutes left to decide the winner in this bantamweight bout tonight.
Ashton shoots for double leg, doesn't set it up, so Alan is immediately able to secure double unders. You never want to shoot that zombie takedown with your arms are straight out. It's really easy for someone to dig those underhooks. Big high kick lands from Alan Olivas.
And right away, his butt hits the ground, and Ashton Caniglia is up shooting.
In on his own shot, which we haven't seen quite yet. Wow, beautiful pancake reversal. Very, that's traditional for folk style wrestling. Grabs the underhook as someone's trying to dump him down, takes him to his back, ends up on top.
And Alan almost backstepping all the way into the closed guard. It might be his preferred position for ground and pound, or maybe he's looking to pass all the way back over to the left side.
Yeah, interesting. I'm wondering what Alan's seeing in there because the guard was open as well. So once he passed in the guard, he could have passed into the other side if he would have liked to. Maybe he likes what he sees from guard. There hasn't really been much offense from Ashton from guard. So
well, he's done a majority of his passing to the left tonight, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all have our preferred way of passing. If we're in jiu-jitsu or MMA, we all have our favorite sides that we go to, and maybe that's just Alan's side here. And great job of Alan to tripod and use his weight. He put his weight on top of Ashton, so not only does he have to carry his weight to try to get up, he has to carry Alan's.
Alan Olivas looking to peek out and take the back here. Back in front of the hips.
And he's relentless. Big.
Ooh, I thought that might have been a broken arm there.
Yeah, the way Ashton posted, that could have resulted in a dislocated arm. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that in the training room, in the wrestling room in high school, at tournaments. It's never pretty to see. I thought we almost saw one earlier on the amateur card when someone had a tight omoplata. But man, Alan is just relentless. And I think his mindset is like, until you stop this, I'm going to keep doing it. And so far, no one has been able to stop this inside this FAC cage.
Good hard frames on bottom from Ashton. Little fingers inside the gloves to hopefully pull that arm bar in there, but
beautiful left hands by Allen land right on the chin of Ashton, happening right in front of us. We could see the kind of Ashton get Pez dispenser there as his neck hit the mat a couple times.
I love the Tito Ortiz-esque, you know, ground and pound, pulling the hands down as he lands the big shots. Good heavy chest pressure there to get to the north-south. He could possibly get the Darce here.
Gets too high, scrambles back up. Allen needs to hip in here. Whenever you have double unders, if your hips aren't involved, you can get kind of moved around like that. But Allen, once again, back in on a double leg, push-pull, secures the takedown, and Caniglia finds himself where he's been the whole fight with his back against the fence on his butt.
Flattening Ashton Caniglia back out. Alan Olivas cruising into the last minute of round number 3 here at FAC 18.
Allen having a hard time finding those ground and pound shots he's looking for because of the squirminess of Ashton. I would like to see Allen kind of get to his feet here and stack those legs a little better to try to land that ground and pound.
Or at least get to a half guard again so he can control that bottom hip and, you know, stop some of that squirminess you were just referring to.
Absolutely. If you're going to hang out in guard and you can't find it from like a closed guard position to where he's being squirmy, he's landing shots on you, maybe get to a standard guard to where he has to let go of those legs and you're able to control his feet and find big shots. Or like you said, go to half guard, more traditional, great spot for ground and pound.
10 seconds left here in round number 3. Our first professional decision tonight underway. Another solid performance from Alan Olivas. You know, tall task ahead of him tonight was Ashton Caniglia, but 7 straight fights, it seems Alan Olivas has answered the bell.
Man, I'm so happy for this kid. The resurgence of his career. Here on the replay, we see Ashton in on his own single. We see Allen's scramble ability as he immediately pancakes him over to his back. Ends up on top. And these takedowns were done with emphasis. Look, you see that posting arm, and it made me cringe a little bit. I know you saw the same thing. I thought that could possibly be broken. You never want to post when getting taken down like that. Man, Allen is a problem. The Kansas City bad boy. He told me earlier this week, he said, hey, I heard the UFC's coming to Kansas City. They need the Kansas City bad boy on that show. And at 7-2, I think he is ready for a shot like that, either Contender Series or maybe short notice on a UFC card. Allen stays ready. He stays in the gym. He's fighting at 135 right now, but he can make the weight class at 125. I think he can make some noise in the flyweight division in the UFC.
Absolutely, with a pace and just the weight that he carries in his top game could make some real noise in the flyweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Henry Geary, 29-28. Judge Ross Swanberg scores about 30-27. Judge Francisco Marquez scores about 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Alan, the Kansas City bad boy, Olivas.
Straight victories, 5 finishes along the way.